All right. This is for all of you who are interested in medicine, who are currently in medical school, or graduating from residency, or doctors right in practice right now. I want to give you some inspiration and motivation, but this is really towards all my people who are interested in a career change. I'm going to give you 10 reasons why you want to become a doctor, why you want to become a physician. I'll give you the best 10 reasons, the top 10 reasons. By the end of this, I'll have thoroughly convinced you, if you have it in you, why you should take the leap. Stay tuned. All right, let's jump right into it. Number one reason why you want to become a physician. You are literally saving lives. Literally saving lives on a day-to-day basis. No matter what field you go into, it's so impactful that you are changing people's lives. What you do will directly impact their lives, positively, sometimes negatively. But I'll tell you this, that medication that you give for high blood pressure keeps away a lifetime of arteries clogging up, which could cause a stroke or heart attack in the future. That certain treatment you provide to that person as a surgeon keeps away someone's untimely death the next time they have stress. In very few fields are you able to change and save a life. In this one, as a physician, you're literally able to. It's not just TV. It's real life. You're changing lives as a doctor. Number two, you'll never get bored. You'll never get bored. Yes, the days go on, and the things seem like the different instances that happen over and over again. But even in anesthesiology, in my own specialty, where pretty much it's 96% okay until the 4% of the time when it's not okay, you're going to be challenged on a day-to-day basis to think of things differently, to learn things differently. And you're going to have different patients with the same condition that present totally differently. That person who's 25 years old getting a hernia repair may have all sorts of unknown arrhythmias that show up. Those are heart issues that show up during their surgery. When you have a 60-year-old with some renal problems and maybe some mild cardiac illnesses on maybe 5 different medications, and you take all these precautions beforehand, you're afraid to even let them have surgery, and they breeze right through. You never know what you're gonna get. I always have so many different interesting things that happen until some days it's so interesting and so much has happened. You've never seen this stuff before until, hey, it's worth it almost to do it for free. I love the complexity and how different things are for me. That's reason number 2. You're never gonna be bored. Number 3, you're surrounded by some of the brightest minds in the world. Some of these people were your valedictorians or salutatorians and the smartest people in your classroom when you were younger. And they've ended up going into medical school and working right alongside you. Many times growing up, I didn't feel I was the smartest person in my room. Yes, I was always smart, but I didn't feel I was number 1 in my class ever. I wasn't the valedictorian. I fought and scrapped and pulled myself up from the dirt many times after being knocked down to make it this far. And I say the same is probably true for many of you, but to be able to sit in a classroom with someone who's truly brilliant and to have to share patience with people that you can actually have conversations with and learn different things from on a day-to-day basis, and listen and sit in lectures and have conversations with them about their upbringing and what they've been through, and really personalize people who, when someone's really smart, a lot of times the last thing you think of is their personal life and what they're going through, and get to know them. You really don't get to. But I've had some of the best conversations with some people who you think have zero personality and are only a walk-in encyclopedia. But I'll tell you, I've been around and I've been trained by some of the most brilliant minds. I can learn something from almost anyone. But I really, really have enjoyed the fact that I've been able to work alongside some of the smartest people in our country who I've ever been able to work for. And I think that would be a great benefit from you too. Number 4, and this is a big one. You get kind of choked up at the end of the last one, but the patients will give you appreciation in small ways, not always, but it solidifies and It verifies why you went through all those years of training when you're able to really make a change in someone and that patient sends you that little note or that thank you letter or that little card saying how thankful and grateful they are that you were able to change their life. I'm sure teachers get that a lot. Lawyers may get that a lot. Even orthodontists, dentists get that a lot, where you've really changed someone's life. MBAs get that a lot, where they've changed someone's financial life. Being a doctor and seeing a patient or having that patient come back to you at the end of a surgery, come back to you and say, hey, thank you so much for keeping my wife safe during her surgery. As an anesthesiologist, you think that pretty much we're an afterthought because we're watching the patient and keeping them safe. We are watching over the patient and acting in their best interest during their entire surgery. If the surgery is 1 hour versus 18 hours, we are sitting there the whole time watching the patient breathe in and out, watching their heart function, watching everything about them. So pretty much if something goes wrong or if it's not looking good, we're the first to halt the surgeon and tell them, hey, hold off on cutting, hold off what's going on. Your patient is not doing well. We have to stop what we're doing. We have to address the patient directly and not the surgery that's going on. And that's powerful to be able to see this patient afterward and watch them wake up. And it's the best feeling in the world to go to those family members and be able to say, hey, they're okay. They're going to be with you another day. And we didn't lose today. There have been plenty of days in my life where I fall alongside other doctors trying to battle an illness or a cancer or some traumatic situation, and we lost the fight. And you really feel like you've lost. Every time you have a complication or a failure, you feel like you've lost. Or you have a bad outcome or an unhappy patient. We go to school this long because we love people and we want people to do well and we love to be challenged. And when you lose, it feels personal. It feels as if someone's taken, I don't know, it feels like you've been punched in the nose and it just feels personal. You really want people to do well more than anything else. This is one indicator, maybe in another series of videos, where you'll know where you should not become a doctor if it does not affect you that way. If you don't feel that way about people, there's no way you're going to be able to survive in this field because it's too challenging and too much happens emotionally that will rock you if you really aren't all in on a patient. So I'd say that that's one thing, just the appreciation from patients and the interaction you get to have with their families is second to none. I love that about this field. Number five, the fifth top reason why is you get a chance to travel all over the country to learn all these different environments and learn about cities you never probably go to just to train. You could decide to start your educational career in college in Louisiana, and you could apply for medical school in California. Then you could apply for residency in New York, and then you could apply for a fellowship in Florida. You'd have lived in some of the top cities for social entertainment while still getting an education in the world. You get to travel like that in medicine to get your education. And this is the only time you'll get to do it, sometimes on a loan, and it's socially acceptable. So that's what I love too, being able to go in different environments, learn about different cultures. The New Orleans culture is second to none. I love that place, and the people are wonderful. California's culture was just spiritual almost. We loved California. Georgia just different, being back at home. Alabama being back at home, that Southern hospitality. But we had such a nice experience. And I got to go on a lot of away electives, like in Washington, D.C., as well as in Texas, Houston, Texas. So I was able to see a lot of wonderful things throughout my training career. And I think that that's something that medicine provides that you won't get from other fields, where you're able to travel and learn and see different cultures and learn the things that affect different cultures. And it makes you a stronger doctor because you're working with people you probably never have hung out with before, you've never eaten meals with, and now I'm eating lunch with people from other countries. I'm eating dinner with people who, whose fathers are state senators. I'm eating, I'm on call pretty much at night having conversations with guys who've had parents or no parents who pretty much were homeless from times in their lives and had to pretty much literally make it on their own from meal to meal. I've worked with people this way. So all sorts, you get to learn how to really love people and appreciate their unique stories. And this is a top perk, the 5th top reason why you should become a doctor. The 6th reason, you have to love giving more than taking. And I know this sounds kind of, yeah, I know. But you literally do have to love giving to other people. You have to love giving your time, giving your energy, giving your all, basically, all of your energy to another person many a times you don't know and you probably will never see again. And I think that's one of the best things. That's my 6th top reason for being, that I think would be, you could maybe even rank it even higher, but I'd say that just being a giver for other people, making sure that you think of them first and maybe your comfort level. Think of a surgeon. Surgeons stand on their feet. And I did a preliminary year as a surgery intern. And I mean, you stand on your feet sometimes for 12, 13 hours straight for some harder surgeries. Orthopedic surgeons are on their feet half the day for some of those surgeries. Anesthesiologists, as an anesthesiologist, you don't get a second to kind of, I'm just gonna not think. I mean, you're listening to the beat, listening to the beat, surveying the whole field, looking at urine, looking at the blood, looking at towels. I mean, you don't get time off mentally as a doctor. And I think that it's just challenging at times, but if you love people and you really want to make a difference in the world, and it's not just about poverty or just about hunger or just about racism or just about these things. I've had to take care of people who walked into my office with their children wearing Confederate t-shirts, them wearing Dixie flag hats and belt buckles, and employees who had the emblems around their car, and I know what that means for someone of my race when I'm working with people this way and what they may perceive about me without me even opening my mouth. But you have to just love people first. You have to value a life first, and I value life over death. I value health over sickness. I value fitness over someone who's disabled, and I really want all disabled people to live the best life they can. I want the sick person to live the best life they can. I want the person to live the best life they can, despite what they are morally or ethically, despite who they may be or how they were brought up. I want them to live the best life they can, because I think at any moment they can turn it around. I think at any moment, this person who probably just hates me just because of my color, or hates another person just because they're a woman, or mistreated all these people, I think that there's still grace for them, and there's still time for them. And my job is to keep them fit, to keep them well. And these things require time. They require energy. And this is why, and yet another reason why I love medicine, because I love caring for other people. And I can put myself aside and put my own personal interests last in order to do so. Number seven, being able to help my family and help my friends in ways that I wouldn't be able to help them is huge. At some point, everyone, unfortunately, your family's gonna get sick and they're gonna be on the brink of death. They're gonna have some life-threatening illness or things happen to them. And you want to be able to help them. And it's a helpless feeling to not be able to do so, to be, the only things you're limited to are what you see on Google. I wanna be able to step into a hospital and help people when they're most vulnerable. And I've been able to do that with my own family, and it's powerful to not just have to sit there and think and hope, but to actually get out there and do something. And that was always a fear of mine, that, when my family gets sick, they get older or younger, and just something happens to them that I don't know what's going on and I can't help them in any way. And you can't always buy your way out of illness. I mean, health is priceless. There's no price on health. So being able to talk to other doctors and colleagues and go into emergency situations with my family, being able to explain and being able to influence some of the treatments that have happened with my own families, with my own family members, has been, a major it's been a major benefit of being a doctor. I've been able to affect my own family's life by being a doctor. So if they get sick, I can really be there for them in more than just word. I can actually do something about it. So that's huge, and that's my number 7. Number eight, financially. I think financially being a doctor, even though it doesn't pay off for being a doctor, I've been able to pay off those student loans, pay off debts, pay off loans, and afford a comfortable life for my kids and comfortable life for my family. And that's priceless. I think the thing too is you can't be caught up on the salaries that you see on these different pay scale and different websites like this. They're often wrong. So don't base your career choice based off of how much you're going to make, because you will be solely unhappy. Being a doctor takes a lot of hours. And I said before, you miss out on a lot of opportunities, and it's a lot of time costs. So what if I were to tell you that, yes, you can be a doctor, I'll pay you $1 million a year. You be this type of doctor, you probably, yeah, sign me up. But what if I also told you that, yeah, when the job starts 4 in the morning, I want you to be here at 4. That means that, you don't have to travel to this hospital. You're going to work all day. You're going to be called all day. You may not get to eat breakfast. You definitely won't get lunch. When dinner time comes, you may get a 10-minute break to maybe eat half of a cold sandwich. And you think you're going to go home about 7 p.m., but no, we're going to need you a little later. So probably you're stumbling out of the hospital about 10:30. So you're working from 4 a.m. in the morning to maybe 10 o'clock at night. Then you drive home, maybe eat some cold dinner. Your kids are asleep. Your wife's very sleepy and tired. Guess what? They want you back at 4 a.m. the next day. And even on the weekends, they do. And half of the holidays, they want you. So you start to think about the value of money. And even if you have it or you see those numbers, you see that life is more important. So you must balance your life with your work and with the finances you desire. Please do not choose a field based on money alone. Just know that becoming a physician, yes, you will be comfortable financially. However, you give up a lot of personal time and family time. A lot of doctors are working on their second and third divorce. A ton of doctors, a ton of professionals are who work in careers. So a lot of teachers are, and they have several months off every summer. So, be careful about just running after money, doing the paper chase. Hey, I want to work this field. They make this much money. I want to be this surgeon. I want to be a heart surgeon or a neurosurgeon. They make this much, yeah. But don't get into that field. You please realize it. I remember on surgery, I was calling our neurosurgeon 3, 4 in the morning. Half of them were in their good 60s, close to 70. Imagine getting called to get out of bed 3, 4 in the morning at 69, 70 years old. At some point, don't you want to relax? At some point, don't you want to enjoy your life and be able to, all is well. I've had a good career. I want to just see people, enjoy them, but go home and enjoy your kids, enjoy your wife, enjoy your house. And really, that is what life is about. It's not just about not having any relationships, not having any friends, not having any social life, not having any family, having an unhappy marriage, having kids who are unhappy, having nothing to really look around you but cars and an empty house and walking into one. That's not a life. So be careful about that. Just know that one of the perks are, though, that yes, you won't have to struggle. Financially, you won't have to struggle. I'm not saying that you will be a rich person, because no, in medicine, it's different from a lot of other things. No, you aren't going to be like a real estate developer where you're making millions upon millions. That's not going to happen in medicine typically. But you'll be able to comfortably pay off your loans, and you'll be able to get a nice vehicle or live in a nice house. And that's powerful for a lot of people who weren't raised that way, who had limits. Just know you will have limits to what you can do, but there won't be as many. You'll be able to vacation nice places. So the monetary part is huge with medicine. So it's good that you're able to make them. Number 8, I'm probably going to give you a bonus one. So yeah, make this one. Number 8, it's the job. You can go almost anywhere. You can find a job somewhere in the country. So even if you're living in a highly competitive city, let's say in South Beach, let's say you were raised in Florida, raised in Miami, but you want to live in South Beach, you want to work there. Well, that's a very desirable area. So, but you can go right up the coast to maybe the Panhandle and find a job. So just being a doctor, there are sick people everywhere, and there's going to be no shortage of sick people. So regardless of the field, you will find some pocket of the United States that's going to need your help. So I say just having the need of job, the need of doctors, and someone needing you and needing you for employment is huge. That no matter what happens, someday, sometime, you're going to be able to help someone in a medical for a medical purpose at some point. That's powerful. So to be a doctor, to have a job, and to know that the opportunity to work regardless of economy is huge. Right now we're in the middle of just bad times right now. There's a pandemic, people haven't been working. The doctors have been deemed essential. That means that even though you're in the middle of a pandemic, we're risking our lives working in it, but we still have jobs. We're still able to pay our bills, and we didn't have to deal with claiming unemployment. So this is huge for you. To have a job when no one else has jobs and to still be needed is huge. It's like a recession-proof career. So I think for number 8, that could be ranked a little bit higher too. Number 9, I think just the challenge. I think if you love challenges, if you love being engaged into some sort of competition, if you played sports growing up and you were loving to kind of compete and learn and fight against something and try to figure things out, if you're a tinkerer, if you are someone that could take apart something or love to see how things work inside, if you're someone that just likes competition, if you played sports growing up and you were loving to kind of compete and learn and fight against something and try to figure things out, if you're a tinkerer, if you were someone that could take apart something or love to see how things work inside, if you're someone that just likes competition, this field is for you. You're surrounded by people that are competitive, and patients come in with the worst things ever, the worst luck, the worst lives ever. And it's up to you to come up with a game plan with them to change that situation, and that's huge. Short of other fields, that's a great thing to be able to compete and to face these challenges. Go home, read about them, look up stories, look and see what other smart people in other parts of the country have done for this person, for other people with the same syndrome. Actually solve a problem and help someone else. That is one of the best things in the world to be challenged that way. At any age, who doesn't want a challenge? Who wants to be bored in life and just be, oh, I'm waking up, oh, well, I'm going to work, oh, well, I'm going home. At some point, you want something to live for that's bigger than yourself, and that's other people. Other people need you. They have challenges in their lives, and they're complicated, and they're going to require you to use all those years of education plus new ones you can pile on. And it's really called the practice of medicine because we're constantly transforming. Doctors are constantly growing. Who I was maybe 5 years ago is totally different from who I am today. Who I was maybe 10 years ago, I probably don't even know that guy. So that's a beautiful thing. You grow in ways that you never know you would. You grow in ways that you never know you could. And other people do too. And you grow inside and out, of course. So that's a beautiful thing about medicine. You find out your weak areas and they are made clean. You find out your areas that other people suffer with and they make you think about your own life more. You look at how other people are living, it gives you insight you never had. And that's something that medicine's been able to provide for me. The challenge and the constant want to need to go to work and want to need to understand and want to need to study hard and work hard. Just a challenge. Love the challenge. I love the competition of medicine. If you love fitness and you love the gym, you understand that competition. If you play sports, you love the competition. That's another reason to go into medicine. But this is number 9. I think it's one of the best ones too. Is a lot of times when you think of medicine, you think of a career in medicine, you think of the doctor just running through the halls, making smart decisions. But I think one of the best things about it is just the prestige associated with medicine and how highly regarded it is for helping people, and that sort of belief in doctors and that huge understanding they have allows you to go in and do other things outside of just practicing in a hospital. What I love the most as number 9 is that you don't only have to work as an attending, teaching students, or you don't only have to work as a doctor working in a hospital or a clinic. You can go abroad and you can help people who've dealt with some devastation. Like when they have the floods in different areas or different earthquakes happen, you can travel to those areas and help those people. You can give them medicines. You can go and do surgeries and operate and help fix them physically. I mean, those are powerful things to do. I think that's just huge to be able to do other things besides just one field. I'm an anesthesiologist, yes, but also I love the ability because I can go at any point and apply, and I can go give lectures, and I do from time to time. Go to different churches, you can go meet with students, you can go to other schools, you can do research. You can branch off so many ways after you finish your training. You can branch off and do so many other things that you probably wouldn't be able to do in other fields where you kind of in a singular pattern. After you graduated, this is what you do. You sit down, you do this. No, you can give lectures, join a lecture circuit. You can go and be a medical examiner. You can go and do research. You can go and, help with your state board. You can go and help other people. You can do YouTube videos and help other people for free online. I think that it's just countless the ways that you can use the prestige of medicine to branch off into other fields, and people see you as credible based on your hard training and your years of training. I mean, that is huge. That's huge. So to be able to not just have to do one thing every day, but to do a variety of things that help people based on how people view your field is huge. I think that's a huge credit to why you should want to become a doctor. And we're around the corner, so we're going to get into the last one. All right, before I get to number 10, I want to share with you, I do have one extra for you. This extra is going to pretty much be for people on the fence, be for especially older people who've been in other fields. If you've been a teacher and you're around the corner, you're in your late 40s, 50s, in your late 30s, you've been married, divorced, you have a love for medicine, you're a nurse, you're a PharmD, you're a pharmacist, you're a medical assistant. You don't know what to do. You stay tight, because I want to talk to you as soon as I finish with number 10. But yes, and that's going to be just for you. So you guys stay tuned. But number 10, I think, and this one could be higher too, the field of medicine and just this constant pursuit and how hard it's been, it has made my family and my friends be so proud. And that could be number 1. They've been so proud and so proud of me, and they've gotten so much satisfaction that our family has achieved something because we all fought for it. Not just me. I took the tests, but they thought of me and put positive energy into the air. They called and checked on me. They fought for me in times when I needed them and when I didn't. They supported me in ways I didn't even know was a support. And I think that that's huge to be successful. You need a family and friendship effort. You need everyone you can in your corner to get some of these degrees. They're so challenging and so hard to get. And there have been people beside me who have dropped out of medical school or been failed. They haven't been able to pass their state licensing exams or even pass step boards, as you go from 2nd to 3rd year, from 3rd to 4th year. So it's been a family effort where they've been so proud of me, and I was so happy to see the pride. In the pictures, you can look and you see how proud they were, and you know that you share this degree with them. You know that you share this degree with your grandparents. You know that because of their efforts and their hard work and your parents waking you up to study, pushing you to study, giving you encouragement where you thought you just couldn't do it, to tell you, no, it's going to happen. They knew it's going to happen, and it does. you just know there's something spiritual about that. And to have that is one of the most powerful things in the world. That could be my number one. I'm just giving you these top 10, but they aren't in any sort of order. So don't take, oh, he said this was number 6. It should be number 1. Well, maybe it should be. I agree with you. But I just named 10, but I just want to give you some reasons to really think about as you kind of make this decision, or you need some info to solidify your system from someone who's been practicing medicine the last 20 years. I want to just give you something to motivate you, because I really wanted something to motivate me at times when I didn't feel it was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen for me. I used to want it so bad and just didn't think it was going to happen. Didn't know how to make, or how could it be me? It's supposed to be these other people, not me. And but I was able to too. I'm able to practice as well. So I want you guys to have hope. And yeah, those are my 10 reasons. And they make you tear up just thinking about them. But I'm so grateful to practice medicine, to be a doctor, to have had a chance to be trained along with all these great minds, and to learn so much from so many different cultures and so many different places and so many different people from all these different schools. I'm just so grateful. And I remember one of the best days of my life was when I received my letter right before Christmas. I remember receiving my letter of acceptance to go to medical school. And I remember, just the elation I had with my family, and that private moment we had where we could just we made it. And to share that with them as my number 10 is just that pride that they feel that they made it and they raised a child who their efforts contributed to it. Their efforts, their hard work contributed to something much greater than themselves. And I can see that every day where my hard work or my sacrifice contributes to the lives of some of my patients and some of their families. And it's priceless. So guys, I hope I've given you yet enough reasons. There are 10, and I could probably give you another 10, but I want to stop this video. But I've got some information for people who are still on the fence. My people who are older and on the fence about going, or people who wanted to be a doctor but just didn't think they could do it or don't know what they should do. Stay tuned. All right. Okay. Sit back and relax and listen to me. You can do it. It's not too late. We still need you. So whoever you are and you're on the fence, I want you to research immediately how to get into medical school. There are so many routes and ways that you can take. There are loans available, private, and the ones you can get from the government. I want you to research all of these. And this is a great barrier for you because it's a hard field to survive in. So if you can't do this little bit of work, did you really want it anyway? So if you are struggling in your career, or if you are just on the fence in your own career, or if you applied 3 or 4 times and just didn't get it, you can't score high enough on this test and don't know what to do, or you're from another country trying to get into medicine in this country, in the United States, don't give up, guys. There are whole review courses that are designed for students who want to study, who want to learn how to pass a test. You must realize that sometimes your background didn't prepare you to excel in some of these standardized tests. And it's not your fault, but what are you going to do about it? You can't just, woe is me your way into medical school. So woe is me won't get you anywhere, but nowhere. So what you need to do at that point is apply. I thought Kaplan was a great resource where I took several of their courses to kind of bring me up to speed. If you were a poor test taker, or if you're a poor standardized test taker, and you weren't taught to excel to the test, you need to take some extra courses at your classes designed just for the USMLE. Step 1, just designed for you to score high, just for you to score a high pass. It's not too late for you. If you're a nurse, or if you're in pharmacy and it's, I'm on the fence, I don't know, I'm in graduate school, it's not in my heart, quit. I'd much rather you become a doctor that you wanted to be than to be a teacher who hates teaching students, or to be a pharmacist who hates their job and comes to work every day and complains every day. Who needs another person like that? So you'd rather spend another 5 years, 10 years preparing yourself for the rest of your life than spend the rest of your life thinking about those 5 or 10 years you wish you would have taken. So don't take your future for granted. Don't think it's too late. It's not too late. There's a 51-year-old person who just graduated from medical school, and I think he was going to go to a residency. I'm not sure in what. Hey, if he wants to be a surgeon, he should. You know, he should. He'd be excited beyond his dreams. But if he goes into regular medicine, internal medicine or something, that would be awesome too. But I think this is awesome to hear. I want you guys to not give up on your dreams. I'm a big proponent for, if it's in you, if it's in your heart, you go get it. And no one else can get it but you. You have to go get it. And many times in my life, I've had to go get it and I've had to take it when they've told me no. So you're going to have to do the same thing. You're going to have to fight and scrap. And if you really love people and you want to see people do well, and if you kind of look past who they are showing you on the outside for what they're meant to be on the inside, that's how you can affect change. And that's how you're going to affect change in the world. That's how you're going to affect change in medicine, because you won't be able to like everyone who you treat, because some will come in kicking, spitting, calling you all sorts of N-words and things because they're intoxicated or whatever state. What are you going to do? Deny treatment? No. So these are instances where I say you're going to have to be able to step outside of yourself and care for people more than what they're showing you. You got to think the best for this person to see their inside, and a lot of people aren't able to do that. A lot of people aren't. That's why a lot of people who serve on juries, a lot of people who are in law enforcement, a lot of people who are in the legal profession, if they see you and paint a picture immediately of what you are, that's all they see. But we aren't able to do that as healthcare practitioners. You will not succeed if you look at someone on the outside and treat them just so. You have to care about the best of them and act as if that's the best of them. And that's the only way you'll succeed in this field. All right, so I think that's enough. That's the top 10 reasons why you should be a physician, as well as a bonus for all of my students or people who are on the fence, older students or people from other countries trying to get into medicine or on the verge of giving up. I hope I've convinced you to finally make the leap. I'm also going to do a top 10 reasons why you should not be a doctor. That's coming up in the future. But for now, I want you to click the subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so you can always know when new content's coming out from me. I'm going to try to keep a new post or 2 up every couple of days, maybe every 3 days. I'll release something new for you. Just to give you as much information as I can. In the meantime, guys, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and take care of each other. And keep studying hard and never give up, guys.